Hello and welcome to this tutorial. Today we talk about Paintable 3D. Paintables are a way to put 2D dynamic graphics on a 3D surface. Let's go. For this tutorial we build upon the results of the tutorial for controls. There we built this whole user interface. Right now we take the 3D model that you see here and we change the sticker that you see here. This 3D model was done by a 3D artist, and a 3D artist can use several techniques to place stickers on a 3D model. So for that he uses a picture, and he takes the picture and he positions it on certain surfaces. He rotates it, he scales it, he even can flip it vertically or horizontally. And we need to take care of that because we have to follow this UV mapping he did so that we get the right results for that. But first of all, let's look into the asset manager because there we see how the 3D model was done. Here you see the bike that I already uploaded, the one that we saw right now. And when it's uploaded, the platform analyzes this 3D model and creates subfolders, the one that you see here, materials 3D, textures 3D, or in other models, maybe more of them. In materials 3D, you see all the stickers that the 3D artist used. And there's one, for instance, this matte paintable front one. This is exactly the paintable that he used on the surface that we want to use right now. Here you see several properties. We don't want to change that because we just want to swap this out. Okay. To make it easier for you to follow this demonstration, I also created a resource component where this picture that the 3D artist used to place on this model, I already uploaded as well. So here you see a resource component where I had one resource. This is matte paintable front one, and this is exactly the picture that the 3D artist used to place on the 3D graphic. So now when we go to the design, and we take a look at the 3D model, then we will see that I have this picture here again. Then we will see that the picture is flipped. So the 3D artist flipped the picture while placing it on the 3D model. And we need to take care of that. It's very important so that we get the right results. So the next step, we create a graphic component where we exactly create this picture that we use as a paintable to replace the sticker. So we create a new graphic component here, and we give it a name. Let's say a new sticker, or let's call it sticker on bike. Yes. Visualization. Here's a sticker on bike. We make it in the same size as the 3D artist used, so 2048. Shift enter. They hate the same thing. 2048. Shift enter. And here we have the graphic component. Now we first do exactly the same picture that the 3D artist used. So we create a new visual. It's a single visual. It's an image. And here we use the paintable, the resource. Paintable resource matte paintable front. This was the name of the resource that we used inside this paintable resource. Let me give it a name. Let's say default sticker. Yes. Here we have the default sticker, and it already used this graphic that we had in the paintable resource. Then we take the new sticker that we want, and we create a visual which points to the my graphic component that we created in the previous video. So we say new visual. This time it's a graphic component, and I want to take the my graphic. Yes. Say this is the new sticker. So here's the new sticker. And it's important that we first flip this sticker because, as mentioned already, the 3D artist flipped the sticker when he placed it on the 3D model. So we have to do the same thing here as well. And the best way to do that is to change the width right here. Right now it's 0, so it knows it has to take the default width, but I want to change it. So we go in there and I say I want the source, the width of the source. So I say source.width and I invert it. And as soon as I do that, Shift Enter, I see that the graphic is inverted. So I can place it, I put it right in here where the 3D artist took it. So now, of course, I just want either this default sticker or the new sticker. So I create a new component, a value component to swap between those. So I say use new sticker and say we put it here as well, and it should be a logic field. Shift Enter, so it's logic, great. And in this sticker, I right now want to make the visibility of both of them depending on use new sticker. So here I have the default sticker. If I use a new sticker, it should be invisible. So if I use this visibility property and I say if use new sticker is active, then the visibility should be inactive. So I have to invert it as well. So right now it's not active, and the new sticker is false. So the default sticker is here, and I want exactly the opposite for the new sticker. I go in here as well, visible, and here I just want to directly make it depend on this component. So right now I have either the default sticker or I have the new sticker. Just one or the other. Yeah. So now we are finished with the new sticker. Now we need to take care on placing it on the 3D model. There are two things we need to do. First, we need to create the right command. And second, we need to wire it to the 3D viewer. So let's create the right command. It's a parameter. So we create a new value component. It's the paintable params. You can call them whatever you want. I call it just paintable params. And we do it in visualization as well. This is this one. And this paintable params is a command that you give the 3D viewer. And you create a list. You can make several of them. You can create a list and we address the viewer. And we want to address the material. Material parameter. And it takes 3 arguments. The first is the name of the material. And as you remember, it's mat paintable front 1. This is the name that we saw in the asset manager. And then we tell him that it's about paintables, paintable. And then we give him the content. In this case, it's a sticker on bike. We want the value of it. And it's important that you convert it to text. And then we close the material parameter function and we close the list as well. So it created this list. And now we need to pass this over to the 3D viewer. So we go into the design. And we create a new SigSlo, which is right here. And in the SigSlo, we say every time this parameter changes, this is the signal, Then we want that in the slot, which is the 3D viewer, to set parameters. Which parameter? We refer again to the paintable params. So every time there's a new value in paintable params, then the 3D viewer gets the data. And here we are. So, interactive mode, when we go in here and we take it close, we see nothing changed because we use the old sticker. When I use the new sticker, it's changed to the new sticker. And it, of course, works dynamically as we created it. It's important that you see that even the flipping is right because the UV mapping flipped it back. So you see it here, and you can play with everything that we already created to it. And so on. So yeah, this is how paintables work. So I wish you a lot of fun, play with it, and I see you in the next one.